Why, hello. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Also, happy International Women's Day. Cheers to me.
Heather, hush.
Heather, hush. Oh, no one wants to hear you speak. No.
That's why I'm like 10 times bigger in this. Just like,
Yes.
Heather.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you for letting me know what my place in this world is. Appreciate that. Anyway, hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday.
I'm just jealous because you get the much better drink than I have water. Yeah, well, what are you drinking again? The Garrett's
This is the
caramel
last
popcorn beer?
This is a collaboration that Garrett's Popcorn did with Revolution. Caramel
That's like
Crisp.
two great companies.
Yeah.
Like, man. Okay. Oh, maybe I haven't had that. Holy shit.
The Caramel Crisp.
That looks really good.
Yeah. And then it's got like the Garrett's logo on the back.
Oh shit! I haven't had that. I gotta look that up now. Shit, that sounds amazing.
It's pretty good. It's a caramel brown ale with like hints of salt for the popcorn. It's very, very good. Anyway, it's our last one. Welcome to Chatting with Doug. We have some rules to go over. Thank you all so much. I see we're almost to a level 3 hype train. Thank you, Chaplain. Perfect timing. We needed you here. So let's go over the rules so we can start answering some of your questions for Doug, but not for me, the woman. First and foremost, we give priority to bit messages since that is some real world money spent. Towards the end of stream, sometimes we do have time for highlighted questions, but please save those for the end of stream. If you highlight it now, I can't scroll back up and see it. Also, highlighting a question does not guarantee that we are going to read or see the message if it's highlighted. Please do not repeat yourself over and over and over again in chat. You can get timed out or even banned if you're going to continue it. That does include emotes, emojis, as well. Just don't repeat yourself. Don't be obnoxious. I want to be able to see all the wonderful comments from chat. We do get behind in the bit messages, so there isn't a reason for you to resubmit your bit message. We do have it. We just get behind. There is a list. Please be patient. Sometimes we can get up to like 45 minutes to an hour behind, but it's pretty rare that one does actually get missed. Watch the length of your questions. The shorter to the point, the better. The longer, the faster I have to read it, the more likely it is we're going to lose the point. We don't have time to repeat it. So just shorten to the point is good and fine and great. No spoilers, please. Some of us have not seen The Mandalorian yet.
Oh, I haven't either. Shit, I forgot about
that. Yeah. Apparently Lucas got spoiled today, but I don't want to get spoiled, okay? We still are. I don't think we're doing Quantumania spoilers yet either. It's only it hasn't quite been a month. Let's give people a moment, okay? Let's give people a minute.
Allow people to see it, because people apparently really need to see it. Disney really wants you to see it.
They really do. And I think that's it. All right. Oh, awesome. Let's get to it. That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello again, Doug Sparrow and Heather Swan. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. I answered for Heather because, National Women's Day. Yeah. So, yeah, she's good.
Thanks, Doug. CM Sully, thank you for the 100 bits. Now that the Pirates 2 review is out, I must ask, which action scene was your favorite in it?
I think the spinning wheel. I think the fact that it keeps spinning, Jack keeps trying to get inside and not fall over, and then you have them fighting on top the whole time. That's just so funny. And so much fun. The lead up to it is great too. It's a ton of fun.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Which lesser liked Pirates villain do you like more by default, Beckett or Blackbeard?
Man, that's rough. Because Beckett is so whiny and annoying, but Blackbeard, I just saw it again. I just recorded the review for it. It's because that's a great actor, and he just leaves no impression whatsoever. Like, I am trying to pay attention to what he's saying, and it's like all the inflections are in the wrong place, but not in a way that's fun either. But he does look cool, so I guess I'll say him, because he can, like, control the ship. He can put ships in a bottle. I guess I'll say him.
Alex Loves Musicals, thank you for the 100 bits. What's your opinion on the Creed movies? Just saw the third one, and I thought it was pretty good, although Creed 2 is still my favorite.
Excuse me. I haven't seen 3 yet. I love Creed 2. And I like the first Creed as well, but 2 is fucking great. Yeah, I haven't seen the third one. I keep forgetting to ask Walter about because he's a diehard Rocky Creed fan, all that. I gotta get his take on it. But no, I really like him. I'm glad that the third one apparently is really good because this is like Michael B. Jordan's first time directing.
I believe
think.
so.
Yeah. So and one of the reasons is I do want to see it on IMAX because I saw a preview for it in IMAX and we're trying to make this the IMAX experience. I'm like, oh, what, boxing? And then when you see the preview, it's like, okay, that does look pretty fucking cool, actually. So I'm gonna see if I can see it on an IMAX screen. But yeah, I'm excited to check it out.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Well, me hearties, on to the next Pirates film.
Yeah. It's funny because I just did the fourth one as well, and third one by far the worst, hands down, everything. But man, that fourth, just for different reasons, it is so nothing. It's like staring at a blank screen, which is so odd. At least with 3, it's like they take risks. They're bad risks, but they're risks. And 4 is just like, man, you just took my brain and replaced it with nothing. It was like just total dead air. It was so weird.
Robin the Snob, thank you for the 100 bits. When I want to imagine a swashbuckling pirate movie action scene, I close my eyes and play one of the only songs for the job. Rock Nardin and Paul Lawler's The Cad on YouTube.
Okay. I don't know if I heard that. If I have, I don't recognize the title, so I will try to check that out.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. How far are you into Wolverine and the X-Men, and are you liking it any better?
Not really. You know what it's missing? It's missing fun. I feel like with the other X-Men shows, even though they could get really dramatic and everything, I was with it because the characters were so larger than life and kind of funny and quirky and just kind of, like I said, like leapt out at you like their personalities did and everything. And all the characters in this one are just kind of moody, and the atmosphere is moody, and the backgrounds are dark and moody, and it's just, I don't know, there's no fun to it, so I don't really get that invested. It's not awful, but yeah, it's just not winning me over that much. And I'm even trying to remember which one I just saw. Oh, I saw the Silver Samurai one. Is how far I am. So I think I'm near the end of it. But yeah, I feel bad. It's by no means awful or anything, but I'm just not getting into it.
Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen the Charlie Kaufman film Anomalisa? If so, thoughts?
I really like it. I like it. I actually really like Charlie Kaufman's written and directed movies. But I do acknowledge it's not everybody's thing, totally. Yeah, I love that it takes its time. I love that strange kind of stop motion where it's like super, super subtle, and you have to really look at like the subtlety of like the reactions and everything. Yeah, I love it. I think he's one of the few directors who's really like doing something new and interesting. Like you can really read layers into. It's not all spelled out, but it's done in a way where it's like you kind of want to know more. At least I want to know more. I know a lot of people that watch and say pretentious shite, and it's like I see why someone would say that, like they'd see it as not entertaining, whatever. But I really, really like his stuff.
Steffi Lynn, thank you for the 100 bits. You getting on the Wilkins Coffee bandwagon? You either go with Wilkins or you just don't go.
Some people just wipe off the sword. Some people never learn.
Echo Whale, thank you for the 100 bits. What would you say is a prime example of a song that was meant to be good, but came off as unintentionally funny?
I mean, the first one that came to my mind was that Friday song. And I didn't quite get on the hate bandwagon like everyone else did, but just when I heard people talk about it more, it just kind of cracked me up more. Then I'm like, yeah, okay, this is pretty fun to make fun of. And she came out years later and was kind of saying like, yeah, maybe that was a mistake. And like she talked about the reaction like that had because she was like a kid when she recorded that,
Oh
right? Wasn't she
yeah.
like a teen or
Yeah,
something? Yeah, that's
she was
like
like 13, 14 years old, Rebecca Black was. She
yeah, and
basically
then
got scammed by this producer dude, and then someone just put it on he put it on YouTube and it just gained traction as the worst song ever.
oh, is that what? See, I thought she just like did it for fun, like oh, here's just a fun thing. She was legitimately like scammed
I mean,
into it.
they weren't totally scammed, but yeah, this guy was like, "Pay me a couple grand and I'm going to write you a song and produce your music video and it's going to be the hottest thing. We're going to make you a star, baby." And I mean,
Interesting.
he did
Okay.
make her a star.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like at that age, like I don't know. Do you know, especially how young the internet was at that time? Like, do you know about like just accepting ironic views and having fun and where like, I mean, man, I hope she's okay now. Because I can't imagine at that age her just being like, yeah, this is great. Oh my god, I don't care if people hate it. This is fun. Like I doubt many people at 13 have that mindset.
Right. Robin the Snob, thank you for the 400 bits. Do you remember a bit ago when I mentioned Project 12? Well, it was a Midnight Screenings Lego set I finally finished making. I like making custom things out of Lego, and this was the 12th project I worked on, hence the name. I'm very proud of it.
Cool, you should be. That's awesome, man. Rob used to when he was a kid, he used to really be into Legos, and he would make all this stuff. I was so terrible at it. I'm always amazed at people that can put together like so many amazing things with those, because I just can't at all.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Am I the only one who found it weird that those two pirates who worked for Barbossa in the first film are just part of Jack's crew in the sequels and nobody questions it? Like they never redeemed themselves or anything. They're just part of the heroes now. Like nothing happened.
I kind of like that though. I feel like they always kind of squirm their way into it. They're like, oh, who are those two in Les Mis? Like the guy that owns like the restaurant and hotel and stuff like that, and his
Oh,
wife.
okay.
They always kind of weasel their way into everything. I kind of like that. Yeah, I guess they don't bring them back after 3, do they? The more I think about it, that's kind of. But they bring back the rest of the crews. So yeah, I don't know. I like them.
Steffi Lynn, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen those old Purina dog chow commercials from the 60s that had Ralph the dog promoting them?
No, that'd probably be a good one to look up too, because I could tie it to like the Wilkins commercials maybe. I'll look that up. That actually sounds pretty fun.
Black Arms Leader, thank you for the 100 bits. A Dark Toons request. The Goof Troop episode Rex, Lies, and Videotape, where Goofy ends up attempting to convince Pete that his children get shot by the police in the future. It gets dark, man.
Wait, what was the first part of that? What?
It's a Dark Toons request for
Oh,
a Goof Troop episode. Rex, Lies, and Videotape.
no, man, I thought I saw them all. That does not ring a bell. Rex, Lies, and Video. Was that movie even out by then? That they would do like a parody? Okay, I'll check that out. I totally don't remember that one.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Who's your favorite character in Hell of a Boss other than the Owl Prince Stolas?
I mean, I think it's got to be the main guy, just the bossy, pushy jerk who always treats everyone like crap. I mean, I pretty much play as the NC and stuff like that. It's always the fun character to me, the Daffy Duck type character. So yeah, probably the main guy.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. Did you watch the latest Bob's Burgers episode? It's called These Boots Are Made for Stalking. It's one of my new favorite Tina storylines. Very funny and a strong emotional arc as well. What are your thoughts?
I haven't seen it yet. We just caught up on the one before. We're like one episode behind constantly. So ask me next time, I guess.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 100 bits. I wasn't here last week, but you never mentioned the end credits scene for the first Pirates film, nor the second one.
Oh, yeah. So, it's a lot of movie to talk about, man. Those films are like, all of them are over 2 hours. Like 3 is like almost 3 hours. So, yeah, I mentioned it in the third one and I mentioned it in the fourth. I feel like I have to mention the fifth one too, because they're like, oh, another sequel's coming. It's like, no, it's not. So, yeah, you'll get them from here on out.
Robin the Snob, thank you for the 100 bits. To all people of the female gender in stream today, I'd like to wish you all a happy International Women's Day. Thanks, Robin the Snob.
Guess I can't make a joke about that one, can I? Yeah, well, shit.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. Have you seen the film I Am Not a Serial Killer? It stars Max Records from Where the Wild Things Are and Christopher Lloyd. Both give great performances, and the film itself is very creative and chilling. Highly recommend.
No, 2016. Oh, the poster's cool. Look at that. Huh. I've, it looks cool. I have like never ever heard of this movie. Okay, I'll try to check it out.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 150 bits. Hello there, Captain Doug Walker and First Mate Heather. Great review of Dead Man's Chest. I got some news. My niece will most likely come either tomorrow or Friday. Cue Saved
Man.
by the Bell. I'm so excited. We'll definitely keep everyone posted when she comes.
Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, I hope it goes well, man. I hope it goes well.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen Marcel the Shell with shoes on yet? And if so, your thoughts?
Not yet. Everyone says it's really good. It's on the list of stuff to watch at some point. But everyone says it's fantastic.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. I'm surprised you didn't make a joke about how Elizabeth reacted to Will asking her to guard the chest like a bratty teenage girl who didn't get the latest girly fashion accessory. Lol.
I think I might have missed that part. Yeah, I'm blanking on that one. Again, like just so much fucking stuff happens in those movies. So yeah, I think I must have just missed that.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Which film do you prefer, History of the World Part 1 or Robin Hood Men in Tights?
I gotta watch them again because I don't remember getting into, with the exception of the opening, I didn't get into History of the World that much. But Robin Hood I remember really liking, but I was a kid last time I saw it, and I found when it came out, like people just ripped it apart, and like I was thinking back, I'm like, yeah, I guess it was a little corny and dumb, but I don't know. Carrie Elways is so much fun. Maybe I'll say Robin Hood just because I like, like the main cast in that a little bit more. There's kind of one story going through the whole thing, so you can work on jokes a little better. So I guess I'll say that.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, if you're still taking suggestions for next Disney-cember, might I suggest a quaint little animated series by the name of Schoolhouse Rock?
Man, that'd be a weird one to review, because how do you even? It's just so well known and people know the songs and everything. I mean, it's cool that it's been around for so long. When you really think, I mean, how many decades has that been around? I don't know. It'd be interesting because, yeah, I don't even know how I'd go about reviewing it, but maybe there's a way. Yeah, we'll see.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Which Louise Belcher moment made you laugh the hardest? One of my favorites is when she develops her first boy band crush and refers to him as the reason faces were invented.
God, funniest? I don't know. It's funny because I love that show. I'm really bad at remembering jokes and episodes and moments, which sounds strange, but to me, I like those characters so much. I like the atmosphere so much that I always say it's kind of like seeing that weird family and hanging out and being like, what's your favorite moment? It's like, well, it's hard to say just because there's so much fun that's happening. I always really like the moment. I don't know if it's the funniest, but I always really like where she accidentally kind of confesses that Bob's is like her hero. And like, she said when she takes over the restaurant, he's like, what? You want to take over the restaurant? Oh my God, am I like your hero? Like, I love that. She's like, no, that's just so, and they have like a strong I mean, they all have like a connection, their family and stuff, but there's like going to be a certain bond between certain family members. And I love that. That was just, I don't know. It was both really funny and just so heart tugging.
Robin the Snob, thank you for the 100 bits. Congrats to Brad and Laura. I hope you have a happy and healthy child.
Yeah, here's hoping, man.
Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen the 2018 film Boy Erased? I think it's one of the most underrated movies of the past decade. Brad Jones put it second on his best of the year list.
Wait, it sounds familiar. Is that the okay, it's another one of those where it's like, I have not seen it. I'm sure it's wonderful. I just know I would be so fucking depressed watching it. Like, some movies and some subjects are just so hard for me to get through because they're just things about like just very obvious prejudice that's very obviously wrong are just really tough for me to watch. So anything about like slavery, racism, Holocaust, or or something like that is just so difficult for me to sit through, even though I'm sure it's fantastic. I heard it's fantastic. But yeah, it's rough. It gets me legit really angry watching it. And I think usually in my time off, I like watching something dramatic, but not something that's gonna like make my blood boil too. So yeah, I don't know. I probably should see it. But I'm not in a rush because again, like I said, some things just get under your skin and they kind of stress you out too. So yeah, stuff like that is true. But I hear it's wonderful, and I'm sure you're totally right. And I should see it at some point.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 100 bits. The reason why the scene with the Kraken with the Kraken attacking that one ship Will was on was so he could get a taste of what he was going against. So later, when the Beast attacks the Pearl, he has an idea of how to beat the Kraken.
I don't know, because you could just have him come up with that later on the ship. Oh, the explosives, whatever, lifted up in the net, and we can blow it up and stuff. I think they could just put that together, in that moment. I don't think you need a whole other action scene around it, but that's just my personal take.
So, Steffi Lynn, thank you for the 100 bits. Darktoons request the episode of Darkwing Duck called Dead Duck, where he accidentally dies and tries to avoid the Grim Reaper, who, fun bonus, was voiced by Tony Jay.
I do remember that one, and the way he gets Abby, he does like that finger trick where it's Abby, I can't do it, where you do like this thing, and the Grim Reaper can't do it. I think especially because he's nothing but a skeleton, so like the skeleton hands couldn't do it. Yeah, I forgot about that one. That one's pretty good. We'll see. That's not bad.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. I can't help but notice that if Del Toro's Pinocchio wins Best Animated Feature, it will be the second time in which Jack Horner was upstaged by the little wooden boy.
All right, there's Puss in Boots. Oh boy. Well, what other time did Pinocchio? Oh! In Puss in Boots, he upstages him. That's right. Okay, I thought you meant like winning an award or something. I was like, oh yeah, no, in the second Puss in Boots, yeah. I love that. See, it just, what's a big deal? I was a real boy all the time. It's so funny.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh, Doug, will there be a Kingdom Hearts joke in either Pirates 4 movie or 5 review? I'm surprised you didn't add a Kingdom Hearts joke in this review since they're technically finding a key to open a chest.
Yeah, there's just so much movie in all of them and I think in 3 I was like, I just put down Kingdom Hearts joke, like remember to make one, and it's just so damn long where I'm just like, shit, I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull it off. So I'll see if I can sneak one in 5, but it's unlikely.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. If we reach the sub goal and you guys do the tier list, what tier would you put Captain America the Winter Soldier in?
I mean, you'll just have to see. You'll just have to get to the sub goal. I legit don't know either. I assume it'd be high up, but yeah, I don't know.
It's one of my personal favorites. I love Winter Soldier.
I like it.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Which villain in Del Toro's Pinocchio do you like more? Christoph Waltz as Volpe or Ron Perlman as Podesta?
Probably Perlman, because there's maybe with Waltz, he's fun, but it's like, okay, I know the story. I know what they're going to do with this. With Perlman, it's like, where's this all going? What are they doing with this? So I was a little bit more intrigued by him. And also there's the connection with the son and stuff like that, which is pretty interesting. So, yeah, I guess I'd say him.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, would you please add Horizon Zero Dawn to your list of non-Disney games? It's my personal favorite PlayStation franchise. The world building and storytelling are unique and fun. Even the music is some of the best you will ever hear. I get both goosebumps and tears every time I listen. That almost never happens.
Is that the one with the like the machines in the future, but it's kind of like, there's like tribes and stuff like that,
yes,
but they're kind of using machines. Yeah, I seen Rob play. It does look fucking awesome.
I love Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I hear it's fantastic. So we got Batman coming. We're definitely gonna do Jedi Survivor. Is that the name of it? The one coming out? Okay. And then after that, I'm leaning towards like God of War, because everyone's just, hey, you gotta play God of War. So I'd like to maybe get that going, but especially with Ragnarok just coming out. But I hear that one's pretty phenomenal too. So we'll see.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on Daniel Day-Lewis as the villain Bill the Butcher in Gangs of New York?
When I saw it, I thought it was a little hammy and over the top, but that might be the point. So I don't know. Maybe I gotta watch it again. I don't remember the movie being particularly memorable. Like it wasn't awful, but it didn't grab me that much. Um, so I don't know. Maybe I gotta watch it again.
Brand Omega, thank you for the 100 bits. I don't know why you hate Will Turner. I thought he was awesome. Also, please don't hate the third one next week. That was my favorite one, unless you just want to suck the fun out of it.
Oh, hey, enjoy it, man. Enjoy Will Turner. Enjoy the third one. I mean, I'm putting this stuff out here to give a fun point of view. It definitely isn't something where I'm like, you gotta agree. You're wrong. You're wrong. No, love whatever you love, hate whatever you hate, man. That's totally fine. With that said, I am really mean to Will Turner in these reviews. Like I know I make some Elizabeth jokes too, but I am just like really brutal to Will Turner. I think finding out that he was supposed to kind of be a dork in the movies and Orlando Bloom kept trying to play him cool, which I do get, especially at that age. You want, your star to grow and everything. You want to be the hero. You're a Legolas. And I get it. But I'm just imagining, man, if they did play him more as like the dorky character, that would have been more fun. I think it would make that character more interesting too. But I mean, different strokes for different folks. Like I say, if you love, go ahead and love him, man. Go ahead and love the third movie too. Yeah, don't listen to this bald idiot.
Steffi Lynn, thank you for the 100 bits. Can you picture Chris Pratt as Mario saying, if you do drugs, you'll go to hell before you die? Just like with Captain Lou did, or no?
I mean, I don't know. There's so many throwbacks in the Mario movies so far. Let's hope that's in there too. I'd love to see him say that.
Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on I Am Legend? Overall, I still like it, but I think that the original ending would have made that film a masterpiece.
It would have made it, excuse me, it would have made it better. I don't think it would. So it would have been a crowd pleaser, which it sounds like it was already kind of half and half anyway, but it made a lot of money. And there is a part of me, it's like, yeah, I see why they went with that ending with the style that they chose and stuff and the CG effects and everything. So I do get it, but yeah, that's not the book. That's not the idea of the story. But I don't know, the movie, if they went for real, like just people in makeup and stuff like that, maybe I would have liked it more, but those CG people just look so fake and it was so distracting. I don't know why they went that route. So that's really what took me out of it. But I remember the atmosphere being good, Will Smith being good and everything. But yeah, no, I guess that's my take.
Shinra HR department, thank you for the 100 bits. What film would you most say embodies the 1990s? AKA, what is the most 90s movie ever?
Don't make me. Oh, okay. I think I'd say it's two films I can think, kind of for different reasons. One is Space Jam. You know why? It's just the most ultimate sellout, whatever, all that stuff. The other would be Clueless, and I think
Love that.
Yeah, I think because it did point out a lot of stuff we were gonna get, which was interesting. But I like to. It had like the fashions of where were they? In Beverly Hills, I think. Just the super rich and stuff like that. But then it also did have things like like the skateboarders and the kids wearing flannel and stuff like that. Like it did have a little bit of a mix in there too. So like you can look at that school and be like, yeah, even though it wasn't quite as ritzy depending on where you were, but you're like, yeah, I knew that kid, kind of thing. They're just exaggerated.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. What did you think of them making Gambit a villain in Wolverine and the X-Men? Did you like that choice for him, or would you preferred him as one of the heroes?
Oh, I prefer him as a hero. I wish they had more of Psylocke in there too. I love Psylocke. She always gets the shaft, and that always pisses me off. I want her as like a main character in there, but I do like they have Emma Frost in there as like one of the main characters. And you don't know, is she good or bad? Like that's really cool because that's another one where I think it's cool if she gets more attention. But it was okay. I just want more of them. I mean, it's a great character. I love Gambit. Who doesn't love Gambit?
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. If you've seen it, what are your thoughts on the Bob's Burger episode, Stop or My Mom Will Sleuth?
Oh, that's the one I just saw. Yeah. I liked it. And I like the idea of like trusting your kid as your kid telling the truth. And I really feel like a lot of parents probably struggle with that, or even teachers for that matter. Just like, is this kid telling the truth or not? Are they just really good liars, or heck, are they just really awkward at telling the truth as well? Sometimes that's a thing. So yeah, no, I really liked it.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, since you enjoyed Jimmy Neutron, is there a chance you'll eventually watch the show as well? It's entertaining and bizarrely funny, even more than the movie.
I believe you. I don't think I'm gonna have time. And I like the movie. I really, really had fun with it. I thought it was really delightful and stuff like that. I feel like I would watch like maybe 3 episodes. I do like what I do with Blue. I'd watch maybe like 3 or 4 episodes, just be absolutely delighted, and then probably never look back at it again.
Dragon's Toy, thank you for the 100 bits. So, finally saw the menu. I've made that cheeseburger, Doug. I felt the need. I understand now. One of the best satires on kitchen life I have ever seen.
You know, it's funny because everyone, especially this past year, everyone said, you know, it's the satire of the 1% and stuff like that. There were a lot of films like that. I never thought of it as like a satire on kitchen life and stuff, but it's like, it's a good point the more I think about it. Because I was so focused on everything else going on in it. If you want a a show that really talks about kitchen life in a really fascinating way and kind of a funny way, check out The Bear. It's
God,
really,
I gotta
really,
watch that.
it's so good.
It's so
man.
Chicago is what I hear.
Yeah.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. What do you think of the mermaids in the fourth Pirates movie?
They're fun. They're one of the few things I remember. And I was saying too, like, I feel like that's not the first media that showed mermaids. It's like, monsters, like, something that's gonna gobble you up or anything. But like, it wasn't a popular thing then. Now I feel like that's more a common thing you see. But like the idea, especially of Disney doing like a scary mermaid kind of thing, like that was a pretty cool idea. So yeah, no, I thought they were pretty fun.
Virtuous Sinner, thank you for the 100 bits. I am here to announce that I'm a big dumb. I still love the third movie. You might say that it's because I watched it a lot as a kid, or I'm a big fan of dark nonsense. And you'd be correct. I know I'm wrong, so go ahead and roast me. Very excited for the next review to see how wrong I am.
No, you're not wrong. Like whatever you like. Again, I'm just giving a different, and hopefully an interesting point of view on something, and a funny point of view on something. It's really not something that's supposed to like persuade you or bring you over to my side or anything like that. If anything, I like when somebody has a different opinion, like everything you just said there about why you liked it growing up with it, and you kind of like dark nonsense and stuff like that. Like I love to hear more about that and everything. Like you find out more about people that way. So no, I'm definitely, as nostalgia critic, I'll be like, you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I definitely don't care in real life. If anything, I like hearing, what somebody finds different about something.
Sorry, is this Laughing Dragon's Toy in chat? Come to the Channel Awesome side. We have brown butter Rice Krispie treats.
They're delicious, man. Makes them good.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. What's an example of a performance that's so over the top that it makes the movie better and not in an ironic way? For me, it's Mr. T as Clubber Lang in Rocky 3.
That's a good show. Yeah, actually, a lot of Rocky stuff, honestly. Especially as the movies keep going. I don't know. I feel like just anything with like Tim Curry, anything with Christopher Walken, Nicolas Cage. Yeah. Sometimes ironic, sometimes unironic. I feel like Tim Curry's pretty good at doing it in a not ironic way. Like it's over the top, but it always helps the feel of the film. I can never remember like, well, this film would have worked if it wasn't for him being over the top. You know what I mean? It's like, no, it's like he's really, I mean, he just happens to be in a lot of silly movies. But then you look at something like Hunt for Red October, that's a very serious film. And, he's just a side character in that, but he plays it perfect. He plays it, a little wormy, a little over the top, but like it's still the tone that's needed for the movie. So yeah, he's probably the prime example of that. Jeffrey Rush, I'd argue, is pretty good at that too.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. At World's End is definitely a flawed movie. However, I think its one saving grace is the finale. Seeing the Black Pearl and the Flying Dutchman fight inside of a maelstrom is fun and creative. And of course, Jack and Jones fighting on the mast is fun to watch too.
Watching it again, I remember not liking that climax because it's like it's just two ships fighting. Here's all these ships, the British Navy and stuff, and all the pirate lords, and then just two ships go in and circle around. I thought that was so lame. But watching it again, I'm like, yeah, there is life to it. There is creativity to it. There is fun to it. It isn't just people sitting around and talking and being depressed and stuff. Like it is legit, like pretty fun. So yeah, it has grown on me watching it again.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, thoughts on The Last of Us and Mandalorian so far?
I've only seen one episode of the new Mandalorian. I liked it fine. Last of Us, I'm really fucking liking.
It's fantastic.
I really thought it would, and I didn't think it was going to be terrible, but I thought it was going to just kind of be more what we've already seen in shows like that, in zombie shows like that. And I didn't think they'd be able to add anything that new or interesting, but they're doing a good job. And even to a point where I'm trying to think back to the game and be like, yeah, what happened in the game again? Was that character in there? Did that character do that? And I kind of like that it's making me forget. I've had enough distance away, and then I'm just kind of like, ooh, I legit don't know what's going to happen with this person. But then you can get excited when you do recognize like a setting or a location. It looks just like the game, and you're like, oh, I know what's coming, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I can't believe that next week is the last of Us for season 1.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that,
it is.
I wonder where they're gonna leave it. Do you think
I think they're gonna finish the game.
You think they're gonna finish the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they're pretty close. Maybe that's I never thought I said, but that's maybe my one complaint is that I could use more episodes. Some of these I was saying like, oh, we're leaving there pretty fast. Like I could have used like one more episode in a certain spot. So yeah, no, I'm really digging it.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 100 bits. I was ashamed that you didn't mention how cool the Dutchman crew looked. They all had different designs, and that one you called Seaweed Shrek is actually named Crash. The Lego game tells you all the names of the crew.
Oh, indeed. Okay. I wonder what their names would be, actually. No, again, just because there's so much movie, at some point I said, oh my God, have I just mentioned everything around Davy Jones, the characters, the designs of the boat just looks amazing and stuff like that. I tried to just kind of lump it together in that, but you're right. Even just the ship, if you watch it on Blu-ray and you just really look at the detail on there, it's friggin' phenomenal.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 100 bits. Doomfist has a one-punch man outfit, and I guess he beats people with one punch. Sounds like me doing MMA, but not sure. Gino and Terrible Tornado.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. Can we expect a new first viewing sometime this month? I'm asking because I need to see Rob rage at Pirates 3 more than anything.
No, and honestly, it was pretty boring. Rob definitely hates the movie more than I do, but we're just kind of staring at it with like blank expressions, just like, oh God, okay. It's like we weren't like raging at it or anything like that. Most of the pirate movies, like, yeah, we didn't get like the big reactions we kind of thought we would, because sometimes we do react that way even if the camera's not on. Man, something like Cat in the Hat. Rob just cracked watching that movie, and he was like screaming and yelling at me and stuff like that. So I mean, I'll tell the truth when I say we have like big reactions to a movie. And yeah, maybe the first one we were just like, yeah, this is pretty fun, like we're having a good time, yeah, like we have fun talking about it. But after that, yeah, there wasn't much that was very entertaining on camera if we were to film it. So yeah, even if we did film it, I don't think you have gotten much.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Who was the worst discount Will Turner in the Pirates movies? The priest in Pirates 4 or Henry in Pirates 5?
It's rough because, yeah, the missionary in 4 is written a touch better, but there's not much of him, and then in 5 he's literally the son of Turner, so it's just like, oh man, you got another Turner in here and he's so forgettable and stuff. But like, I don't know, there's at the very least, it makes more sense why he's there. Where the missionary was like, I don't know, we just need another Turner in here somewhere. Like, let's have him be it. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit more complexity to the missionary. He was at least trying to change people's minds. So I guess I'll say son of Turner, but it's not by much.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, have you watched History of the World Part 2? I haven't, but I'm curious how a Mel Brooks film today fares.
I haven't. Is it a film or a series? Okay, I thought it was a mini series for some reason.
I'm not sure. I'm getting a whole bunch of ads for it on Hulu, but I'm not paying attention.
No, it's one of those where I'm like, I'll wait and see what people say because again, I wasn't a huge fan of the first one anyway. Like, I didn't hate it, I just thought it was kind of boring. So I'm kind of waiting to hear what the reaction is to it first.
Chat is confirming it is a series.
It is a series, okay. Yeah, even more reason to wait and see what people say. If they're just like, nah, it's boring, there's nothing to it, I don't want to. My time is so precious now for what I watch. So yeah, I really so I'll wait and see what people say about it.
The Minnesota Superstars, thank you for the 100 bits. Would you do an NC on the original Fast and Furious and go into how that is just a typical 2000s film?
That was my thought when it came out. When they kept making sequels, I'm like, oh my god, they're still adding on top of the. But as soon as they turned into heist movies, they do get pretty fun. So I've only seen a handful of those movies, like maybe 3 or 4, and what, they're on 10 now, I think. Isn't like the 10th one coming out? To a point where I don't even know when I would set aside the time to watch all those movies because there's so damn many. Because people do ask me to review them. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see.
Matt Hanna, thank you for the 100 bits. I really hope Pinocchio wins the Best Animated Feature Oscar. It was an interesting adaptation.
Oh, I agree. It's rough. My guess is it's gonna go to Turning Red. I'm torn between Pinocchio and Puss in Boots too, because they're both so good and so unique and so more what I want to see from Hollywood, but for just entirely different reasons. So I don't know. I guess personally I like Puss in Boots 2 a little bit more, but I mean Pinocchio's still pretty fucking fantastic. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one I'd like to see win more.
Brand Omega, thank you for the 100 bits. Just watched Transformers 5 yesterday with a friend, and it's been years since the last time I watched it. I screamed into a pillow with half of the stupid stuff they did. This was the worst one. It should be reviewed.
You know, I'm trying to. Let's see which one that is. There was one I didn't see, and I just guessed what happened in it. And everyone's like, yeah, you pretty much got it right. The Last Night, was that it? I think that's it.
That's
yeah,
what
the
Chad is
Bumblebee.
saying.
Yeah. I never saw it, and I kind of take pride in the fact I never saw it. And I predicted everything that happened in it, except one. That there was a little kid in there that I thought was going to play a bigger role. And it turns out, like, she only has like 2 minutes in it or something like that. Everyone's just like, oh, like you really showed her all over the commercials and like she's just in it for a second and then gone. But everything else apparently I got down perfectly, and everyone's like, yeah, I guess you really don't need to see the movie. So we'll see. At some point I might do like an all of collection of the, you know, like NC reviewing all those movies. And maybe I'll have to see it then.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, the Wild Thornberrys movie and their crossover film with the Rugrats are very nostalgic to me. Seeing your thoughts with your unique humor would be awesome.
Maybe I've never seen the Wild Thornberrys, the show or the movie, and everyone says what you said. Like it's really legit good. Like it's a legitimately really good show. So I'd have to. Rugrats, at least I grew up with. I knew the characters and everything, but. Yeah, I feel like if I'm going to talk about the movie, I'd have to see the show because I do know it has like a diehard following and love for it. And I don't know if I'm going to have time. So we'll see. If I do any of them, maybe I'll do the crossover because I at least know, you know, what Rugrats is. Or I know the characters at least.
Keely McGee, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello all, this is my first time giving bits and wanted to make a Dark Toons recommendation for the anthology series Infinity Train. It was a 2019 Cartoon Network show that had great character writing as well as some dark themes and imagery, which sadly was one of the contributing factors to its cancellation and was later removed from HBO Max. Still, it's an imaginative and insightful show that is definitely worth the watch.
It is wonderful. I did not get through the last season, sadly. Those two guys were just getting on my nerves. I never did hear. I'm assuming it's still good. I should have given it a chance. But yeah, the previous seasons I really thought were primo, like and smart, and and emotional, and I don't know. It seemed like a very modern day Alice in Wonderland kind of thing. Where it really takes a character and you follow them through this train. It's imaginative, and each car has something different in it, but there's like ideas in there as well. Yeah, they're very, very well done. I don't know what one I would do. I feel like I'd have to just talk about the show like as a whole kind of thing. And now I don't even know where I would watch it. So we'll see. I'll get back to you on it.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. What is your favorite guilty pleasure song? For me, it's Hangin' Tough by New Kids on the Block. Brings me so much joy in spite of its cheesiness. We're rough. Lol.
Oh, I do remember that. Okay. I remember it because there were commercials on Saturday morning that always advertised the New Kids on the Block dolls and toys and blah, blah, blah. It always ended with, we're rough. I do remember that. Anyway, man, guilty pleasure.
I was an unapologetic Kesha fan in the early 2000s. Kesha's music.
I'm
Wake
trying
up
to
in the
think.
morning feeling like P. Diddy. It's art, everyone.
I'm trying to think of something where I was like, I hated that I liked it because I kind of thought it was bad, but I still hummed it. Because most songs I like, I'm like, no, I can defend this. I can defend this song. I'm trying to think of one that's just like, nah, this is stupid. I don't know why I like this. Man, I don't know. I'm having trouble finding an answer, so I'll just say, I think these are legit good songs, but I know people are sick to death of them. I do legit like the Frozen songs. I like Let It Go. I like Into the Unknown and Show Yourself and stuff. I think they're really good songs, but I agree with everyone when they say they've been overplayed. Absolutely. I still think they're good songs.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. In my opinion, the newest episode of Mandalorian is fine. I know the planet was purged and it's supposed to look the way it does, but it's just so dark and ugly to look at. We haven't seen it.
When I see it, I will let you know.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 100 bits. What superpower would you like to have? I will choose immortality since it's the only power I can't build, and I know it's flight, Heather. Have I said flight before? I don't remember that.
I feel like I've said it a couple times. Because I feel like we've gotten this question
Right?
a couple times.
I feel like most of the time I say it like telekinesis.
Oh, shit. Right, yeah, now I'm remembering, but you're right. You usually say I swear one time you said flight.
I may have, I don't know.
No, you know what? Okay, maybe I did because I always say I like to change into anything, like a shapeshifter or something, because that way I could do all sorts of things I could never do, like fly and stuff like that. Maybe that's it, man. Maybe we're like getting across or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, me and this other person. You're probably right because you're right. You do usually say telekinesis. But yeah, that'd be my thing, like shapeshifter.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. Happy International Women's Day. Looks at the calendar. Oh my gosh, the final Mario movie trailer is tomorrow. Happy Girls Day, I guess.
Well, you can be excited as long as you say you're excited to see Princess Peach. It's okay.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 100 bits. I saw the trailer for Mutant Mayhem, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. It reminds me of Spider-Verse with the animation.
Yeah, I really like that style too. That kind of got me excited for it. The only thing I don't know is Donnie being a little boy. That's a little weird. Like they all have I like that they have them teens, I think that's an important element of it. But something about Donnie's voice being like that, it's a little weird. I don't know.
Wow,
I don't know. I guess it allows him to grow or whatever over the movies and stuff, but I don't know why. That was strange to me. I just imagine they're all about the same age, so just all of them, talking like this, like the turtles, and it went like this. That just sounds really weird.
What if he's just a late bloomer, Doug?
I mean,
You don't need to shame him because his turtle testicles haven't dropped yet.
I know. It's just weird. It's weird.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. So out of curiosity, why is the Owl Prince Stolas your favorite character in Helluva Boss?
I don't know. He's funny. I like the design. I like he's both really energetic and fun, but he's also going through shit with sort of what was it, his ex-wife and stuff, and his daughter and everything. He has like a secret life. He has like someone he really loves, but he doesn't really get the love back and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. He's interesting, but he's both complex but also very, very funny.
CM Sully, thank you for the 100 bits. Food question. Chicken Alfredo pizza, where Alfredo replaces the pizza sauce, or Sloppy Joes made with ground turkey. Which must go into your mouth?
Uh, I do really like pizza with the Alfredo sauce. I've had that before. It is very, very good.
Yeah. I like both of those things because I don't like beef, so I always make my Sloppy Joes with ground turkey. But I think I'm going to go with chicken Alfredo pizza. Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, Dead Man's Chest is the only Pirates movie I grew up with and have watched all the way through. I'm watching all the other ones for the first time just for this month. Just like with Terminator Month, it's pretty exciting. Glad you liked most of the film, by the way.
Man, I guess you could follow two okay without seeing the first. So it'd probably be a little confusing, but yeah, the first one is the best. I mean, it's the most straightforward, and even then, it's not the most straightforward. There's a lot going on, but there's like a very clear goal in it, where the other ones just get more and more complicated. But yeah, Dead Man's Chest, I still feel is pretty fun.
Macbeth just said in chat, okay, who had Heather saying turtle testicles on their bingo card? Nobody? All right.
Would be great if somebody just like tunes in while you're saying that turtle testicles drop, just like, what the fuck were they talking about?
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Yep, it's International Women's Day, and pardon me for thinking primitively, but I'd personally appreciate more heroines like Mrs. Brisby, thrust into situations beyond their expertise, not overly confident, but their faith for the ones they love, give them the perseverance to carry on. Hashtag the girl boss is played out.
And honestly, I mean, you can definitely say that for women characters too, and for men characters as well. I feel like that, I don't know, I always say, much rather see Mrs. Brisby go and talk to that owl, just scared out of her mind, her heart racing, than like, Optimus Prime blow up a bunch of robots. Like that's just so boring because the fear is so real with that character. And it is something where it's like, yeah, I think just in general, that's something that's kind of missing. And maybe that's something in like kid shows and books and stuff. Maybe that's something like in Harry Potter people really relate to because they are kids and you relate to that fear of going into a dark room or a magical place or whatever that you don't know what's in there, and you're allowed to really feel that fear. So that is something I feel like we need more. Just, I mean, sure, in women characters too, but just characters in general. I think that's always something you can just quickly identify with that.
Kenson Plays Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. The end of the second Pirates review gave me a good idea for a top 11 list. The top 11 surprising movie moments, i.e. Pirates 2 ending, Iron Man post-credit scene, etc. You'd have to put up a spoiler warning, obviously.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's so many. I mean, there must be lists like that too, like the best. Well, I'm sure there's been best twists all over the place, but like best surprises, I'm sure it would be pretty similar. Yeah, I don't know. It was a really fun surprise. I legit didn't see that coming at the end, and it did get you really excited for the next one because that's such a fun character and such a great actor. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I have to think about what moments would go on there.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Are there any episodes of Wolverine and the X-Men that you genuinely liked and found interesting?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say I disliked it. I'm not actively watching it like, I hate this. This is not good kind of thing. But it's just not grabbing my attention. Anything, the more they bring back Mojo, I'm like, yeah, I love Mojo. That is just the ultimate pointless character. He never, evolves the story. He never adds anything that's important. He's just a perfect waste of time. But even the world they put him in, they just put him in Dark Forest. Like, that's so boring. But he did look pretty cool. I liked that. Every once in a while, there's like a good line in there that I do remember. The one I just watched with the Silver Samurai, I like when the choices the characters make are a little odd, but I like when, he can kill this guy. They're fighting over a woman, whatever, and the woman chooses the bad guy. I'll go with this guy. And it's pretty much to stop Wolverine from killing him. And he says, why? Why would you do that? Why, I could have killed him off. And she said, if you killed him off, you wouldn't be the man you are. You wouldn't be the man I loved, kind of thing. And it's like, that's a little complicated. You could have fixed that a little better, but I like that idea that if you went through with that, you wouldn't be the person that you are, the person that's really wonderful, kind of thing. So I'll make kind of the sacrifice there. It still need to be tweaked a little bit, but there's like something in there that I liked.
Constable Gamer, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Welcome on
Thank
in.
you.
Adam Gunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Even though Wolverine in the X-Men isn't really grabbing you, what are your thoughts on Steve Blum as Wolverine?
Oh, that dude seems born to play that role. Holy shit.
Genuinely.
Honestly, yeah, whenever he does the roar, like that, he sounds just like Cal Dodd, like identical. You can't tell them apart. To a point where I almost wish he would put on a little bit of a voice.
Okay.
Because when I hear his voice, I do just immediately think of like a scrawny dude like Spike, just a scrawny, cool guy with like a cigarette kind of thing. Wolverine is supposed to be like a, big brawny guy, but like hunched over too. And so I would like there's a little bit of a scratch in there. Cause I mean, I don't know, just his voice is already so cool. Imagine like Steve Blum with a scratchy voice. That'd just be like, holy shit. Like that sound amazing, kind of thing. So even though it works great, I wish he would put on a little bit of a voice in there. Like not much, just a little bit of like a scratch in there.
Celluloid Surfer, thank you for the 40-month subscription. Welcome back. And they just say, Doug!
Give me a
Hi.
hug, you. Oh my God.
Great Omega, thank you for the 100 bits. In my opinion, the Pirates films calling back to the other films is a clever idea to get someone to watch all of them, except for the 5th one, because that one was the worst.
See, I think like we just watched the 5th one again, and it's weird because it's like both Rob and I were watching it, and we both said, yeah, I remember thinking, oh, maybe this one's okay. Maybe it'll be all right. And then it just keeps going, and it's just like, oh, God damn it, just the more complicated writing and the boring stuff and everything. But there's like a handful of good scenes in it that make me go, all right. It's like I say, there's a handful of scenes in it where, yeah, like 4 just has nothing. It's so boring. And 3 is just like so long and so tough to sit through. But there are some moments that were, like I said, the climax in it is kind of fun.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. I think a good short for Disney-cember would be Mickey Mouse adaptation of The Prince and the Pauper. I watched it again not too long ago, and I still think it holds up.
I love it. I saw it on the big screen, too. They ran it before The Rescuers Down Under, and it was great. We were really hoping, like, oh, is this going to be like, are they going to bring this back? Is this going to be a thing? And I guess we had to wait for the Pixar movies for them to bring that back. But even then, I think like that short's something like, what, 20 minutes long? Like, it's
is it really?
Yeah, it's really long, but it's, for that little amount of time they have, they really cram. I mean, it just looks like a Disney movie. It looks like top-notch Disney animation, that it just happens to be, Mickey, Donald, Goofy, all that in there. And no, it is, for the short amount of time they have, they really pack a lot into it, and they do a pretty damn good job.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 100 bits. One of the biggest reasons I hate the 5th Pirates movie is because the music is different. The action music throughout most of the film is just whimsical music. It's like in Age of Ultron with replacing the Avengers music with weird trumpet music.
Huh. I weirdly didn't notice that. And the music is such a big part of the pirate movies. No, I actually didn't pick up on that. I'm going to write the script. Tomorrow I'll try to pay attention to that more.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 100 bits. Since it's International Women's Day, I'm going to reveal my favorite female character, Tracer. She is funny as hell.
I don't know if I know that character.
I think that's Overwatch.
Let's see. Yes, it is. Very cool. I don't know what my favorite. Oh, wait, yeah, I do. Margie from Fargo. And that's probably my favorite. I love that character.
Wild Katarn, thank you for the 100 bits. Tough question time. Who's your favorite child, Chaplin or Buster?
oh, wow, man.
Oh, man, phone call. He's just got to go take that. Oh, man, it's so convenient.
It's Buster. Better be me, goddammit. Here, Chaplin, cover your ears. I don't know. They both have different pros and cons. It's, even though he annoys me more, it probably is Chaplin. Yeah, he's just a little bit more If you're to ask me, like in the early days, maybe I say Buster because he was more playful, but I don't know. I think because he had like some health problems and he had to have some surgeries and stuff like that. He's not as active as he used to be, and he's a little bit more like picky, when he plays and stuff like that. So, which does make it a little rough. But he's so soft. Like the vet put it perfectly. She was like, it's like rabbit fur. And I'm like, yeah, like we have a rabbit. Like it's just this goddamn softest kitty. So it's like, oh my god. But yeah, Chaplin is probably the one where it's like he's just you get the personality right away. And that is kind of their personalities now. I mean, Chaplin's just always been a lovable doofus, and Buster does feel like he's going through a bit of an adolescence. Like, no, I'm too cool for you. I'm too blah blah blah, kind of thing. So yeah, I'll say it. It's Chaplin.
CM Sully, thank you for the 100 bits. Once again, I'm making the Dark Toons request for the Fleischer Humpty Dumpty cartoon. It features a lamb getting knitted to death, Doug. Knitted to death!
I don't remember that one. Okay, I remember the cartoon. I don't remember that part. Yeah, it's weird. They just like changed the idea of the story around like in the most bizarre way. It's a creative way though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should check that out again because I do remember it being pretty creative and bizarre to say the least.
Adam Gunther, thank you for the 100 bits. What did you think of Keith Richards as Jack's father in the Pirates movies?
I don't think they utilized him right. I love the idea. It makes sense. But he either should have just been like a walk-by cameo or they should have given him more funny things to say. Yeah, I don't know. We just saw the fifth one again. And for whatever Paul McCartney plays like his uncle or something like that. And it was so bizarre and so weird that it kind of got a bigger laugh out of me. So yeah, I don't know. I wasn't like angry at it or anything, but I don't know. I feel like both more and less could have been done with it, if that makes sense.
Randy Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. I just finished playing the first Sam and Max Hit the Road game, and my first playthrough lasted around 4 hours, and I was hoping you could play it for Disney-cember.
Maybe, because I do remember growing up with that game and really liking it. That's a very fun game. I never did beat it either. There was one part I just could not figure out what to do. And this is before there was internet and YouTube. You could just watch a playthrough and stuff like that. Like this is where you had to call like hotlines and stuff like that to figure out what to do. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm seeing it in more places too. Like I don't know if it's making a resurgence or something. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Is it fun to stream though? Like that's always.
I don't know anything about Sam and Max, so.
I mean, it's one of those point and click event, sort of like a funny,
Oh, sure, that could be fine.
Okay, all right. It's always one of those where I'm like, is that fun for people to watch or whatever?
They want to see you figure it out, Doug.
Yeah. Well, like I said, there is a scene I just could never figure out. I couldn't get past. And then I just gave up on the game. And it's like, it would be nice maybe to finish it at some point. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your full thoughts on the game Super Princess Peach? I can understand why it wouldn't be as popular with using her emotions as abilities, but I've been playing it recently and I've been enjoying it. A very underrated Mario character spin-off game in my opinion.
So I never did actually play it. I've seen like little whatever playthroughs and stuff like that. I do actually hear it's a pretty fun game. It's just kind of that one element that people do kind of go at a little bit, but I hear it's fun, but yeah, I'm not the one to ask because I never have actually played it.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Sam Raimi revealed that Drag Me to Hell 2 is in the works. So what's your opinion on the first one?
Wait, what? Well, who's the guy that was it? Justin Long? Who's left at the end?
I've never seen Drag Me to Hell. I don't know.
It's pretty fun. The title doesn't lie. That is what happens. So I'm like, well, how would you do a sequel? I'm like, oh, maybe you could do it with the dude left behind. I mean, I thought the first one was a lot of fun. Definitely. That's just old school Sam Raimi just abusing the hell out of a main character. I mean, you could just replace her with Bruce Campbell and just be another Evil Dead movie, kind of thing. So, no, I thought it was a lot of fun.
Virtuous Sinner, thank you for the 100 bits. How much do you want to bet that in the new Mario movie, when Bowser says, "Now who's going to stop me?" it's going to instantly cut to the Super Bowl ad they had? I don't know. Just want to give more bits.
Uh, well, thank you. Yeah, we won't stop you from doing that. Uh, Either that, or it'll cut to him like in another commercial, or like a going to a door, knocking at someone's door. He says, "It's a me, Mario." You know, like that thing.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. No offense, Doug, but there's one joke in your Rango review that was pretty damn harsh, even for the NC. It's when Rango says, "I'm nobody," and you say, "This might be how Depp spends his nights lately." Don't get me wrong, I'm well aware of everything going on with him recently. Still, though, ouch.
Well, and you're talking to someone who has not followed any of that. I just know. Well, I'm trying to think. That was it. I think that was during the trial. I definitely know even before then, Depp was just with movie roles and stuff like that. He was not like in a good place, kind of thing. Like even his personal life and his professional life in terms of movies and performances was not that great at the time. It was just an easy joke, I think. I mean, I still make a couple of jokes like that in the pirate reviews, and I'm still doing it in a way where I don't, because I didn't follow it that closely, I'm not necessarily picking a side. I'm just saying, yeah, a lot of rough stuff, on the horizon, kind of thing. But it's like, I didn't follow it that close, so I can't really form that much of an opinion. So yeah, they're just kind of easy little jokes, to put in there.
Brand Omega, thank you for the 100 bits. I looked at outtakes for Pirates 2 a while back, and it turns out when Jonathan Pryce was reading the charges in the beginning, he says, "I can't read my own handwriting," meaning that he wrote what he was saying, what he was writing, which is why Tom Hollander says what the punishment for freeing Jack was.
It was that it, or was it that like he's reading and he literally can't read what the person wrote there? I'm saying it like I've seen this blooper. I've never seen this blooper. I have no idea. You could be totally right. Maybe you're right.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Who's your favorite character in Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Probably Brave Sir Robin. I love the cowards in movies, especially the ones that like to be praised and sung about and then they just run away. They always crack me up.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 100 bits. If you like Pirates of the Caribbean, tough luck. Johnny Depp says he will never do another one due to Disney's treatment of him.
I still like the idea of the Margot Robbie one, honestly.
Same.
I think it's a cool idea. I think it's a fun way to get some new energy in there. I like Margot Robbie. I think she could turn something really cool. I don't know. I'm down for that. Even though I personally think that getting rid of the auction in the Pirates thing, it seemed a little weird because it's like, well, they're pirates, whatever. The redhead as a pirate looked pretty fucking cool. Like I'm all on board for that. Like I'd love to say, I want to know her story. What's this character's story? I'd love to see a movie around that character. So yeah, I don't know. I think you could do something with it.
Grand Omega, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you laugh at the scene in Pirates 2 where Jack is looking at Jones through the telescope and then he appears right in front of him? That part was funny to me. The Dutchman appearing through walls and ships was really cool. No other bad guys do that except for the ghost in the fifth one, but they were just repeating the Dutchman.
I kind of agree. In the fifth film, it's like, and it's a cool idea. Again, they're trying to think, well, they explode, they get blown up, so there's only part of them there, but it's like, yeah, it's just more zombie ghosts or Dutchman ghosts or whatever. So it seems kind of tired and played. But yeah, no, a lot of what Davy Jones could do in that movie was really fun and weird. Again, even just down to the weird way he talked. You fear death. Like it's so strange, but it's legit kind of intimidating too, in a weird way. So yeah, no, everything around that character was so much fun.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. This message is meant for you to hate it. Matthew Broderick opened a sky portal that he bought with his BAT credit card. On the other side, he was met by Will Turner, and they both started singing Hakuna Matata.
But you're supposed to start, as you know.
There you go.
But that was pretty good. It's a pretty good compilation there.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. What are some of your favorite crossovers that aren't from Marvel and DC? Some of mine include the Grim Adventures of the Kids Next Door, the Fairly Odd Parents / Jimmy Neutron crossover called Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, and the Johnny Bravo episode where he hangs out with the Scooby-Doo gang.
I'm sure there's better ones, but the ones that are coming to my head, I did really like Flintstones meets the Jetsons. When I was a kid, I was like, what? Oh my God. I don't know why that blew my mind when I was a kid. I liked when Jay Sherman crossed over with The Simpsons. But probably the one that, like, it's not a show or a movie, it's a game. The first time I saw X-Men versus Street Fighter, I was like, what? How did you know I needed this? What? And it was like the first time you saw Rogue in a game too. I'm like, well, you play as Rogue? What? What? Like, I just could not. Like, my mind was like just blowing up when I saw it. It was the fastest I got in line. Put like my quarter, on there. Like, I'm next, kind of thing. I just could not wait. That was just like one of the most exciting things I ever saw.
Steffi Lynn, thank you for the 100 bits. After your Mask review, I am surprised you didn't make a fanscription of Nicolas Cage in the role instead of Jim Carrey.
I mean, it'd just be voiceover. I think it'd just be me, smoking. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do with it. I feel like it'd be the same. It'd just be Nicolas Cage's voice.
Thank you for the second hype train of the night, everybody. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Chugga.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Which giant battle in Games of Thrones did you like the most? The Battle of Blackwater between Stannis and Tyrion, the battle on the wall between the Night's Watch and the Wildlings, or the Battle of the Bastards between Jon Snow and Ramsay Bolton?
The Bastards one's probably the most ambitious, but I think the one along the wall was probably the coolest one. It's the one I probably remember the most.
CM Sully, thank you for the 100 bits. So did you warm up to the Pirates 3 climax thanks to Kingdom Hearts 3?
No, in spite of no. No, that's right, because the climax of that one actually wasn't too bad. It was the stuff before then in the game where you had to like circle around and keep like finding the ships to blow up. That got a little annoying. But no, I wouldn't say that. It was just came through all that talking and moping and doping and then being like, hey, let's actually have an action sequence. Oh, okay, actually I like this a little more.
That was my computer, not yours, chat. Sorry about that. That was my computer that made the Windows noise. Grand Omega, thank you for the 100 bits. The hammerhead shark in Pirates 2 is named Makis. The guy who was stuck in the wall who tells Will about the key is named Wyvern. And the third film, there is a moray eel literally named Moray.
Oh, that's cool. I do remember that eel thing. That thing was pretty cool, yeah.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon? If you haven't seen it, it's honestly amazing. Their version of Shredder is downright terrifying.
There's so many shows. I just gotta see which one. Is that the Nickelodeon one? Everyone says it's fantastic. I think I have the first season on DVD. Somebody gave it to me, and I said, "Yeah, I'll get around to it," because everyone says it's great, and I've never seen it. One of the reasons I haven't is I bet I'll be better about it now. I used to really not like the animation style. It just looked a little too cheap. There's something about cheap CG I really don't like. And that's by no means like the cheapest CG animation I've seen or anything. Just something about the style really wasn't grabbing me. But everyone says it's really, really good, and I believe them. They say especially it kind of encompasses everything Ninja Turtles like in a really clever way. And then I really won me over when what the fuck's it called? Ice Cream Kitty, I think, or Meowki, whatever. There's just this cat that's half ice cream, half cat in the freezer, and they just leave him in there the whole time. He's like getting his thing. He's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing, Ice Cream Kitty? Yeah, take care." And like they just leave him. And that's one of the funniest things I've ever heard. He looks exactly how you would imagine this thing would look. So I do have to check it out. I haven't seen it sadly, but I don't know. At some point, I gotta look at my seasons. That is too.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. So, Doug, will you review Ants: A Bug Life and Batman in Sub-Zero, the animated series movie sequel? All three are turning 25 this year. Would love to see an NC review on either movies.
Oh, weird. I mean, the Bug's Life would be kind of interesting because I wasn't the biggest fan of that movie, but I don't hate it by any means. Especially because Ants came out the same year, and I just thought that was so much better. But I fucking love the circus bugs in that movie. I just think they're so funny. So I don't know. That might be an interesting one to talk about.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Do you guys have a favorite Red Letter Media video?
Man, I mean, so it's funny. I know a lot of people say, yeah, I like him. I just can't do the Mr. Plinkett voice. It's too annoying. It just gets on my nerves and stuff like that. For whatever reason, it doesn't bother me. And I really legit love those videos. And it's hard to say why. Because yes, obviously they're very funny and they're very informative, but they're also very long. And they focus on things that I'm like, well, that doesn't matter? Why should that matter? That's such a weird little nitpick, and stuff. And they'll spend a lot of time in it, but I think they're so passionate about it and so into it that it gets me into it as well. And then you always know there's going to be a great joke afterwards with it too. So yeah, I think Mr. Plinkett reviewing the Star Wars stuff, anything Star Wars, it really makes me laugh and is fun criticism as well too. It's legit good criticism. So yeah, probably the Mr. Plinkett videos. Though I get why some other people would not like them.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. This is for you both. Who are your favorite Smash Bros. Characters to play as? You can name as many as you want. I personally love Sonic, Banjo-Kazooie, Sephiroth, Mewtwo, and Sora.
I mean, in the old days, I'd be like, any character, I'm great at all of them, but I've been away from it way too long, and now it's just like, shit, what does what now? The ones I usually pick up pretty fast and get the moves down for again, usually Fox or Pikachu, I'm usually pretty good at. Yeah, or Link, I'm usually pretty good at Link.
I like odd characters. Zelda, not Sheik, Zelda. I like Zelda. Samus isn't that weird. I like Samus too.
Oh, Samus a really good
The Wii Fit Trainer, I also am weirdly good with.
That's a good character. If you know, I mean, I guess you can say about anyone, but if you know how to play that character, like, she's really, really good.
Yeah. Fearless Fighter, thank you for the 100 bits. What's your favorite crossover in a movie or TV show?
I feel like, didn't we just answer that?
We did.
Oh, okay. Well, I really liked Flintstones meets the Jetsons, Simpsons meets the Critic, and in terms of video games, X-Men versus Street Fighter. There you go.
Mumra, thank you for the 100 bits. When did you know RRR was something special or get that tingling feeling like this movie is something truly amazing? For me, it was the dance scene. The entire movie has that wow factor that makes you feel like you're watching something new and innovating. Love the end musical sequence as well, and just left my heart warm.
I think because I had an idea what kind of movie it was from the trailer. I knew it was going to be over the top and everything. But when I saw that opening and it was just really, it was over the top, but it was just so harsh and like so violent. But really like just sucked me in really quickly. I'm like, okay, like this is a big goofy movie, but it doesn't fuck around either. It's going to get like mean and dark. That really intrigued me. But then I think honestly, as soon as the opening credits happened at the 40-minute mark, and when it actually set the crowd, I'm like, wait a minute, how long was that? I looked and it said 40 minutes. I just burst out laughing like, this is one of the greatest things ever made. Oh my God, it chooses now to do the title. I'm like, I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, oh God. It's, if y'all haven't seen it, really, everybody's right. Everybody's right. It's fucking great.
Bauer fan, thank you so much for that 25-month subscription. Welcome back. Love the content. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
DJ Lol5, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. Just went to see a double screening of both Scream 5 and 6, and gotta say, really love the atmosphere of when the kills happen and the jokes as well. Overall, really solid experience.
Yeah, is 6 coming out this weekend?
I think so. I think so. I don't know anything about it. You know what? I said I think so, and I don't know.
I saw the posters popping up more and more YouTube clips and everything, so I was just assuming. Yeah, it's so funny. They're not bad movies. I just don't get into them. They just never grab me. So it's like, I'll probably see the 6th one at some point, but I'm not going to like it. No, that's not true. I'm sure I'll like it fine. But that'll be it. Even when they do something that is like impressive, like, whoa, I really legit didn't know they were going to do that, I'm still like not that sucked in. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm that guy.
Chat is confirming that yes, it's coming out on March 10th.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll try to check it out at some point.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 200 bits. Also, Doug, Fearless is turning 30 this year, and it's severely underrated. It would be totally awesome for a review. Please consider it.
Wait a minute. Like, which Fearless? Wait. That's more than 20. That's 30.
Yeah. 30.
Oh, I thought you said 20. Okay.
If I said 20, I meant to read 30. That's what Sailor Aaron said.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's one of my all-time favorite movies. I mean, oh my God. I mean, and it's one of those where I feel like anyone can watch it And I don't think anyone would be like, well, why is that one of your favorite movies? You know what I mean? It's like seeing To Kill a Mockingbird. Like, why would that be one of your favorite? But just everybody knows when you see it, it's so fucking good. And you're right, it's not talked about much. I don't think I could add that much new to it. Again, it is one of those kind of self-explanatory films. I will say this: the ending, it's one of the few things that legit gets me to tear up when I watch it, and there is just a sense of being like in between being alive and being dead. And it's like either side could kind of grab you and pull you in at the end. And I feel that every single time I watch it. I'm really fascinated that a film can just do that so effectively and so cleverly. Yeah, it's very well done, but it's not an upper. It is. There's a lot of stuff where people just watch it, just be like, "Whew, I need a man. Like I gotta pause. This is really, really heavy," but it is very, very good.
Turt Keys, sorry. Thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. As a kid, you've taught me that cursing isn't always used for negativity and could be used for humor. I never cursed as a kid, but it helped me laugh against bullies who would use cursing against me.
Oh, nice. Man, oh man, I wish my mom was alive to hear that. She always hated whenever I use like the F word. I want to show my church friends this. So, I wish you could hear that. But no, that's very awesome of you to say. Thank you so much.
Obsidian Fire, thank you for the 150 bits. Not sure if you take requests, but I highly recommend the Telltale Walking Dead series. The choices don't matter as much as they say, but it is still an absolutely amazing story. It was the first game series to make me cry.
No, I've heard that before. We got somebody that requested a lot on here too. But no, I wouldn't be down for playing it. We are opening up Target. There's just other games I want to get to first. I would totally be down for playing that because you're not the first to say that. But yeah, there's just other games I want to get to first.
Mech, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, just a quick question. Do you ever think we'll get an Injustice movie if you've heard about the comics/games?
I know the games. I don't know the comics. I hear they're both really good, right?
I'm almost positive there's an animated DC Injustice movie.
Oh, is there really?
I'm almost positive.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, it just came out in 2021.
Oh, okay. So pretty recently. Yeah, I hear they're great. I don't know. I think as someone that's only played a little bit of the game and doesn't know a ton about the story, a movie would be pretty cool. But then again, I mean, yeah, I guess you got the anime one, so maybe I should check that out.
Matt Hanna, thank you for the 100 bits. SpongeBob is a great example on how you take a popular franchise and turn it into a musical.
I mean, yeah, I guess that is what happened, isn't it? Yeah. And it's doing well, isn't it? The Broadway one?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, from what I hear, it's doing really, really well. I really like that they don't do a thing where they make SpongeBob like a puppet or anything like that. They just have a guy in like a suit and tie and stuff like that. Like, I like that. I like they didn't have to go like super crazy. Just keep it simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. I know you've been recommended this before, Doug, but Netflix Green Eggs and Ham is the best Dr. Seuss adaptation in my opinion. The animation is excellent, the voice acting is terrific, and the humor appeals to all ages, and not like the so-called adult humor from live action ones. There's no dirty ho or kiss it Whoville in this show. It's really legit funny.
I have heard that. People have said it's really, really good. That's another one I just haven't gotten around to watching. You're not the first to recommend it, though. It has been one that people have said. And they say what you said, like it did actually really capture kind of the spirit of Dr. Seuss. But like in kind of a new way as well. So I do want to check it out. It's just finding time.
DJ Lol5, thank you for the 100 bits. After seeing the animation style for TMNT it got me thinking, would that art style work for an animated horror movie like Scream?
Like Scream?
Yeah.
I could I could see it in the same way like in Arcane, whenever you would see Jinx's like kind of visions when she's drawing and like those weird scratches would appear and the weird image. I could see doing something like that and making it kind of scary. You need someone mad talented and really clever to pull it off. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like so much is being done with that type of style now that's really it's exciting. At the same time, I don't want to see it take over everything. Like, you know how kind of like that Family Guy, Steven Universe style kind of took over everything. It's like it's a fine style, but it's kind of everywhere. I hope it doesn't get to that. But at the same time, if there is to be a style that takes over that much, it wouldn't be a bad style.
Virtuous Sinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Here you go, Doug. A picture of a key to my heart, Doug. That's a penis. Me. Sad face.
A penis. I almost did that joke again in the third Pirates review, and then I think I pulled it out at the last minute, and now I'm like, maybe I should put it back in. And yeah, you can take all that in the context that you're probably thinking, you dirty minds.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. So, Heather, idea for next month's sub goal to hype for the Mario movie. Doug has to play Super Mario 64, whether he wants to or not.
You know, who knows? Maybe with like a different controller, maybe it'll play easier. Maybe it'll play like GoldenEye. God, that was so much easier with those controls.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 100 bits. In the new Turtles movie, I can see April having her own podcast instead of being a news reporter again. It could be called April O'Clock.
I can really see that. The same way like J. Jonah Jameson got, you know, kind of his series going in the new Spider-Man movies. That would be kind of funny, actually.
DJ Lol5, thank you for the 100 bits. What is the most disturbing comic/manga story you've ever read in your lifetime? Something like Junji Ito or the Batman story where the Joker is cutting the Bat family's faces.
You know, it's funny because we brought this up whenever we play Arkham Asylum on Fridays. The Arkham Asylum comic, Heather, I forget. Have you read it yet or no?
No, not yet.
All right. All right, so there's one scene. If you've read the comic, you'll know what I'm talking about. It involves a dollhouse, I'll say that. And it was just one of those things where the imagery and the idea was just so like, ooh, like that. Like just pierce right to the heart. And I'm like, that's going to stay with me a little bit. Holy fuck. And honestly, stuff in comics, because look at all that shit. I mean, I love weird, creepy drawings and imagery and stuff like that. So it's pretty tough to have something that like really kind of, you know, goes to the core and like really stays with you in terms of like being disturbing and scary. And that scene was legit pretty fucking disturbing.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 100 bits. Here's an idea for a TV series that I'm developing for my streaming channel. It's an anthology comedy set in a small southern town. The idea came from an episode of The Simpsons.
Go for it.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Do you think you'll review the TMNT crossover movie Turtles Forever with this new Turtles film that's coming out?
I did a long time ago, and it's funny because I liked it fine, but there was always a part of me that never... I love the original Turtles cartoon. I never took it that seriously. So I think a lot of the pushback that it got didn't bother me, but I know what people are talking about when they're making them way too dumb and silly and stuff like that. And there is an occasional line where I'm like, all right, that's not how that worked, you know, kind of thing. But it didn't bother me as much as I didn't like how they didn't satirize the current show they were doing, because it clearly looks like there's tropes and things you can make fun of with that they did. That's what bothered me. But I didn't mind them making fun of the original because it's pretty silly. But there is a part of me that kind of gets, because they made fun of that so much and not the newer show at the time, there was kind of almost like a spite for the original show that I think people were getting. It's like, I feel that. I get that. I see where they're coming from with that. But it still made me laugh. I had a good time with it. I thought it was really creative. It was great seeing the old Ninja Turtle style again. And it is funny because I think that style did look better than the newer show style. But I don't know. I had a good time with it.
Steffi Lynn, thank you for the 100 bits. What was your favorite moment/song from All Dogs Go to Heaven?
Oh, I love You Can't Keep a Good Dog Down. You can't. Like, I'm still humming that song. Like, even when you said that, I was just like, oh yeah, what are some of those songs? I'm like, oh yeah, actually, those are really memorable songs. I remember the sharing song. I remember, obviously, the Big Lip Alligator Moment song. So yeah, those are some pretty good songs. Like, people don't really sing them that much, but it's like, yeah, I do remember them all these years later.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I don't know if you've seen these animes, but I got to recommend these two for you, Black Lagoon and Baccano. I think you'll really like them.
Baccano's... Okay, I know I've at least seen, like, the cover for that at, like... You know, I was going to say video stores, but they don't really exist anymore, do they? But I know I've seen, like, that text and stuff. but I haven't seen the show. But I know it's really really popular. What's the other one? Black Lagoon?
Black Lagoon.
Okay, let
I
me
feel
just
like
see
I've heard of that one before.
anime. Let me just see if the imagery is something I recognize. No, looks cool.
Oh yeah, I've seen Black Lagoon.
This looks like when that one come out?
2006.
Okay, so it is kind of older. Yeah, it looks very fun. All right, yeah, let's see if I can check out one of those.
Hewlett fan, thank you for the 100 bits. What's your worst experience with a Blu-ray DVD you've ever seen? Like a particularly bad transfer. Also, interesting thought, would David Fincher make a good superhero movie? His dark and brooding atmosphere would work well for a Batman movie.
Has he really never done one? I guess not. The more I think about it, okay. Yeah, no, I agree. Or some sort of like comic noir kind of thing. Like I love to see him do like Spider-Man noir or something like that. Like that'd be fucking cool. But make it black and white, not green and white. Get rid of the good, just black and white. But what was the rest of the question? I'm sorry.
A bad Blu-ray transfer.
Oh, but a bad Blu-ray. It was weird. The transfer on, so you couldn't see it as much when I did the review, but on the big screen TV, the transfer of Tombstone looked really bad.
Oh, really?
And we couldn't figure out if it was a bad transfer or if just the film wasn't shot that great, because we always grew up with it on DVD and VHS and stuff like that. And we heard it was a very troubled production. It was kind of like a first time director and all sorts of things were going wrong. And when we looked at it, we're like, yeah, there is a lot of stuff that's not in focus or doesn't, you can't really see the background or something, or it's very grainy and stuff. And I'm wondering if they were just turning up like the sharpness tool or like the exposure and stuff or the contrast on there, because it didn't look right on Blu-ray. But I'm wondering if that's like the best they could do. You know what I mean? Because it maybe wasn't shot that great, but on VHS and DVD it looked better. So yeah, I don't know.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 100 bits. For my last bits, and I know it's late, but congrats to Taylor Lautner and his bride, Taylor.
Awesome.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you guys tried reaching out to that YouTube channel that posts your clips with no context?
I don't have we? I feel like we must have. At the very least, we've shared stuff from them, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know. I know at the very least we've shared stuff. I don't know if we've reached out. I'll look into that.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. From what you remember of House of Mouse, are there any moments in particular that you found to be really funny?
Yeah, but now I'm trying to remember them. They're always like these little side throwaway jokes that make me. It is one of those things where it's like, if I was to be like, well, is that really great writing? No, but sometimes just seeing a character there makes me, or like a collection of characters. Like there's something like, there's a fire in the kitchen. Well, how'd that happen? It just cuts to all the dragons they ever had in a Disney movie, and one of them just goes poof, like that. Like, that's not like a phenomenal writing, but there's just something so funny about seeing all the dragons you grew up with in one room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess I'll go with that. I feel like there's funnier moments, but that's the one that's jumping out to me for some reason.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Who is your all-time favorite Marvel villain? For me, it's Mr. Sinister. I swear to God, if the MCU ever brings him in, they better not treat him like the Mandarin or MODOK.
I like Mr. Sinister too. I always had a soft spot, and I don't know why. Omega Red was pretty fucking cool. I guess I have a soft spot for any kind of character that can like extend out the hand and it can like whatever, grab something, bring it to you, or pull you, like Spider-Man, like that kind of thing, or like the grappling hook of Batman or something like that. So you have a villain that has that. It can just like, fucking whip you or like slice your head off or something like that. Was pretty cool. And he looked menacing. And I think those coils were so long they could just fly. There's always great artwork around him. Yeah, I don't know. I always remember him being pretty awesome. There's always like the coolest comics I remember in X-Men usually had him. So I don't know. I guess I'm not saying that's like the best written villain or the best drawn or anything, but I always remember this excitement whenever I saw like he was in a comic or in an episode. This guy like, yes, like it's gonna be good.
Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. Most underrated end credit sequence. The end credits to A Series of Unfortunate Events are some of the most beautiful and creepy end credits that I've ever seen.
Oh, there's a lot of good ones too. And I agree, that's a really, really good one. 300 was pretty good. I know there's others. I was gonna say actually, I was about to say Catch Me If You Can, but that actually is opening credits. I actually did that for that one. Um, God, I don't know. I'd have to like look at a list again. Because that might actually be my favorite the more I think about the series of unfortunate events. Because just the imagery and the way they worked with it so cleverly with just sort of the simple line drawings and, they're just going into a tree. Wait, no, the tree is actually, Olaf's head and stuff like that. Yeah, that might be it actually.
Joel B, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen the 2017 film A Ghost Story? It's probably the closest thing we've gotten to another 2001 A Space Odyssey.
Wow, that's quite a comparison. I want to make sure it's the same one I'm thinking of. Is that the guy who did like Pete's Dragon and everything? Yeah, I did. I did really like it. A great deal. And I like it's not something that's spoon-fed to you necessarily.
Okay.
Like it's not something that's like crazy abstract either. But it's enough where you can kind of watch it and be like, oh, okay. Like that whole film is just like a mood. You know what I mean? And it's not the most pleasant mood, but it's something where you can say, okay, you're like it's not pleasant, but there's also kind of like a healing factor to it a little bit that I always get from it. Like it's trying to move on, it's trying to be okay with everything that has happened and even is happening. So yeah, I really do like that, but I wouldn't mind watching it again, honestly.
Adam Gunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Follow-up question to a previous one. Which discount Elizabeth was worse, the mermaid in Pirates 4 or Barbossa's conveniently long-lost daughter in Pirates 5?
See, again, it's rough because the mermaid's not in 4 very long. So you can always be, 4, because there's not too much of her. But it's like they're putting effort into the character in 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's acting it fine and stuff like that, So I guess I'll say... the mermaid only because you do kind of feel like you just write her out and not miss anything. Same thing with the missionary, where I feel like at least in 5, it's like, okay, these characters are important to the plot. You need them. The movie wouldn't work without them.
3M Onion, thank you for the 100 bits. Can you do an old versus new Haunted Mansion for Nostalgia Ween for 2003 versus 2023 versus Muppets?
I did like the Muppet one. There is a scare in the Muppet one that legit got a jump out of me.
Yep, same.
Okay, you're thinking the same one. Okay,
yep.
Good. That makes me feel a little better because I really do not jump at stuff. I'm like, did I just fucking jump at the Muppets in the Haunted Mansion?
You sure did. They set that one up good.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, I don't know. The new one would have to be really bad in order to be like, well, which one is worse, the Eddie Murphy one or the new one? So I don't, probably not, but I hope the new one's good. I give credit that they're trying to legit make it scary. That's interesting. They're kind of doing like the Blumhouse effect stuff, which I'll be curious to see how that works. I don't know.
Yeah.
We didn't see much in the teaser, but it's enough to get me to say, okay, I'll bite. I want to check this out.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on the dumbass pirate Scrum in the 4th and 5th film? Did you ever find him funny?
I did, even though they didn't give him much funny material. And watching the 5th one again, I actually like they did take some of the crew from the 4th one and brought him into that movie. Because that was one of the few things from the 4th one. I'm like, these actors are trying with this material that, again, doesn't have many laughs, but you can tell they like really gave them personality and everything. So I am glad they transferred over into the next movie. And I did like that guy.
Jay Basan Fran, thank you for the 200 bits. No message, just the bits.
Thank you.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Weird question, but with Johnny Depp unlikely to be coming back in the next Pirates film that they're apparently making, which actor do you think would fit in the franchise more, Idris Elba or Gary Oldman? Not necessarily as the lead, but in general. I just thought that those two actors would really be good if they ever appeared in the film.
I mean, Oldman, I'm immediately thinking of like another Barbossa, kind of thing. But he's pretty versatile. I mean, he could do like different parts and stuff like that. Again, and I'm not saying you can't do another thing with. I mean, Christ, if anything, I want new ideas. I want just fresh new ideas. But if you're gonna do another Pirates, man, like I said, I was liking the Margot Robbie idea. I'm open to something else too. Because it is a creative idea, just like ghosts, but pirates and skeletons and all that stuff. Um, but you need to do something that really does breathe like new life into it, like a new energy into it. That's why I was liking the Margot Robbie one. I'm like, all right, well, that'd be different. That'd be like a new life. And again, she can bring like a new kind of energy to it that I think would be very fun. That like she brought to Harley Quinn. I'm open for something else. I hope it isn't just like just Pirate 6 and it's whatever Jack's son or something like that. Like I want something different. I want something like exciting and new from it if we're gonna do another movie.
We are going to have to pick up the pace a little
Okay.
bit here, Doug.
Gotcha.
We're 30 minutes behind.
Gotcha.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. On the topic of International Women's Day, my siblings and I think that it's high time that women's history becomes its own class in schools and colleges. Women's influence across history is greater than we think, just like how the influence of black people in history is greater than we think. My college offered a women's studies
I was
class.
gonna say, so did mine. Yeah. Look around. I think a lot of them do.
Elite Gamer, thank you for that 7-month subscription. Welcome back. Hello there, Captain Heather, First Mate Chaplain. Oh, and Swab Doug. That's a low rank on a ship. Thank you for all the great videos you guys always make my days full of laughter. I was just curious, which creed do you like more, 1 or 2? Also, for some reason, my Twitch wouldn't take my BAT credit card. Weird. Heather, okay, Doug, time to walk the plank.
2. 2 is really good. That's like maybe my 3rd favorite Rocky movie, if you're counting all of them.
Obsidian Fire, thank you for the 100 bits. Who would be your ideal actor to play Stanley Ipkiss in a rated R Mask? I always thought either Bill Hader or Simon Pegg.
Both of those are good. I don't know if I can Nicolas Cage.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 100 bits. Since this is International Women's Day, I'll tell my favorite female characters, Chitara from Thundercats and Ayane from Dead or Alive.
I've never seen Dead or Alive, but yeah, love Thundercats.
Jay Bossan Fran, thank you for the 200 bits. Hey Doug, I already mentioned this in chat, but without the cheer, would you be willing to review the Bourne film franchise?
I like them. I don't have a passion for them, though, so I don't think I'm the guy to do it.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 100 bits. Here's another female character that I like, Piper from Fallout 4.
I haven't played it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm playing it right now, and I just flirted with her for the first time. Adam Grunter, thank you for the 100 bits. What was your favorite food scene in a Tarantino movie? For me, it's the scene where Brad Pitt eats a bowl of Kraft mac and cheese in his trailer. I'm not even the biggest fan of mac and cheese, but that looked goddamn amazing.
I like the beer in Django Unchained when he's like wiping off the, froth at the top and stuff like that. Yeah, I really like that.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. What would you say is the 3rd best live-action Batman movie after 89 and The Dark Knight?
Might be The Batman, honestly. I really, really like that one.
Virtuous Sinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Why does Doug playing Batman Arkham Asylum make me think of Chaplin leaning over a tower saying, "I am the knight. I'm Chaplin. I'm Batman. I'm Batcat. I'm Chaplin.
I'm Catman."
Alex loves musicals. Thank you for the 100 bits. I'm so happy that you loved RRR. That and Everything Everywhere All at Once were my favorite movies of 2022.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked it didn't get nominated for more. I am and I'm not. That didn't get nominated for more Oscars. It's probably seen as too silly for them, but yeah, I love the hell out of it.
Sailor Aaron, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay, I got a crossover idea that would have been totally awesome. Malcolm in the Middle and Everybody Hates Chris. I can totally see Rochelle and Lois, Hal and Julius teaming up.
I would love that. Oh my God. Yes, absolutely.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. I recently finished up the miniseries Dopesick and absolutely loved it. It's tough to watch, but very powerful. I can safely say it features my favorite Michael Keaton performance ever. Can't recommend it more.
I did hear that was very good. Hulu does good series around that kind of stuff. I will try to check it out.
Steffi Lynn, thank you for the 100 bits. Do you remember hearing about the situation in 2004 when the first SpongeBob movie was being promoted by Burger King? They used those huge blow-ups of SpongeBob on their buildings, but several of them got stolen and actually one got held for ransom.
Kinda? I totally forgot about it until you brought it up. Good to remember.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, you just said you pulled a pianist joke out of the Pirates 3 review and almost put it back in. Good Lord, man.
Yep. I know what I said. That's why I said do with that as you will.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. How would you rank every Despicable Me / Minions movie? Also, can we expect a review of them anytime soon? I remember you saying that you were considering it.
Yeah, I was thinking about it for like when the Mario movie comes out. I'll probably do like all of them together. And I haven't seen the third one, so I'll have to see that and then get back to you.
Randacy Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug, I have a question. Are you still planning on reviewing the Ratchet and Clank movie?
I don't know. You know what? Let me watch it first, and I'll decide if it makes sense to do.
Kenton Plays Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. The green eggs and ham The green eggs and ham recommendation reminded me of the second season did the butter battle as its plot, and that got me thinking, would the 1989 animated adaptation of the Butter Battle book be a good idea for a dark tune? Like, the whole thing isn't dark, but that ending with the end question mark always got me as a kid.
Yeah, it's not bad. I might check that out.
I don't know why that really got me it's not bad.
Well, I kind of forget about that book, but it's a very interesting Seuss book.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Final bits of the night. When the mainstream combining 2D and 3D animation like in Spider-Verse, Puss in Boots, etc., do you think that style is what's going to bring 2D back?
It'd be cool. They're already trying to blend it, and I don't think they're there yet, but they're getting closer. I don't know. I just don't like when they do it like in that Dragon Ball movie they did where it just looks so terrible. But the playing around with it, experimenting in like Spider-Verse and Puss in Boots and all that, I think is close. I think that's more on the right track.
Kermit Wazowski, thank you for the 100 bits. Why make penis jokes? Just watch porn. Master Tiebreaker, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you wait for a March / a month with 5 Wednesdays in it to do Pirates Week, or was that just coincidence?
A coincidence, but I found like the past couple Marches have had like 5 Wednesdays in it. So yeah, we've just been really lucky.
Virtuous Sinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Physical media or streaming / downloading? Choose wisely. Example of what I'm talking about, stuff like movies, games, music, etc.
Physical all the way. Okay, not all the way, but most of the way. If it's a movie I really love and I'm like, this is one of my favorite movies, I'm gonna get the physical media of it.
Right, streaming is convenient and it's nice to have access to all these movies and shows I wouldn't normally have access to. But yeah, if I love a thing, I'm gonna get the hard copy of it. Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. What would you say is the biggest launch and biggest laugh and biggest groaner for you in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie?
Oh man, I'd have to go through the whole movie again. I don't know. I feel like anything from the chubby kid was pretty damn funny. He was great. And the groaner, I don't know, the pissing on the brother, I don't know, that was just uncomfortable.
Quiltro Wave, thank you for the $1. Appreciate that. Hey, Doug, it's been probably asked before here, but is there a possibility of an Oni Plays collab? Been a fan of yours since the early days. Cartoon All-Stars to the Rescue was the first video of yours I watched. Much love from Chile.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. We talked about it a little bit. There's a kind of... we've talked about it.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and Jumanji, The Next Level? Personally, I found both to be super funny, charming, and clever.
Yeah, me too. The second one is definitely a here we go again sequel, but they still add enough things that makes it fun. So yeah, that's a good reboot. I thought that really breathed new life into it.
Kenton Plays Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. Last bits of the night, hopefully we'll catch you for Batman on Friday. Of all the video game cartoons you have seen, which ones do you genuinely like? Including Sonic Sat AM from your Adventures of Sonic review. For me, it's the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, Adventures of Sonic, and the early seasons of Pokemon and the Cuphead Show.
Yeah, I like the Sonic Sat AM. I also have it's not great, but I have a soft spot for the Earthworm Jim show. It got a few laughs out of me. Babberhead, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello, Doug. I watched your review on the Clone Wars, and I'm curious on your views on Ahsoka now that you've seen the show. What about Rebels? What about Rebels with Ahsoka, or just what about Rebels in general?
I think in general, but I'm not positive.
Okay, I did Disney December on Rebels, so you can check that out. Ahsoka's great. I mean, I can see why everyone's always talking about her and what a great character she was and everything. So it's nice, like, when you go to a con, you see people cosplaying as her. It's like, aha, now I know why she's awesome now, kind of thing.
Queen Calificent, thank you for the 100 bits. I saw Mark Hamill's cameo in The Big Bang Theory. This so-called nerd culture sure did not once mention him being the voice of the Joker. Fake nerds!
I mean, if that's what got you saying that about that show, I'm impressed.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Which of the two brothers in Zathura did you find more annoying?
I don't know. They were both fine until they kind of got into space, and then they just weren't written that great. They were both acted fine, so I don't know. They're both equally good and bad, I guess.
Cool, and we have 5 minutes to look at some highlighted. Woohoo! Elite Gamer says, so Doug, when do you think we will get the next big CA cartoon block review?
Yeah, when is that? We usually do them, I think, around like May, I think. So we either do it around April or May. I think we're looking at Kids WB. That's the one people have asked for the most.
Master Mario says, you should review The Artist from 2011. You can do it in black and white, then cue cards and subtitles. It may be hard to make, but it would be fun and unique.
See, I was thinking about doing that, but doing it with like the Terrifier movies, because I really love those movies. I feel like that'd be kind of fun to do. But I do like The Artist. The Artist is a good movie. But yeah, I think Terrifier, if I'm going to do it with one, I want it to be one that I just love the fuck out of. I love the fuck out of the Terrifier movies.
Matt Gamer says, will Doug stop Joker's plans? Will Comcast not cause the stream to crash? Tune in this Friday. Same bat time, same bat, stream crashes.
I was going to say crash. You got to have it there. Okay, so I'm not kidding. Tomorrow we have a Comcast guy coming out, putting in a new line. So that should stop. That should definitely stop. I still say should. Again, I want to cover my bases here, but that should be it.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Now that TMNT is getting the treatment, are there any franchises you think would look great in that Spider-Verse art style?
Man, it's a good question. Man, I'm trying to think of like Gravity Falls would kind of look cool with that, maybe. I'm just looking at like all the shows I got up here. I'm like, yeah, what would look cool in that style? Yeah, Gravity Falls is the one that's kind of jumping out to me. I think would be pretty cool.
Ramirez asks, Donald Duck or Daffy Duck? And what about Boomer?
Boomer will live. I got to. There you go. Daffy Duck, though. Donald Duck's also pretty fucking great. It is weird how it's like they made the two ducks like just the cynical jerks of the lineup, and they're always like kind of the second banana too. So yeah, I don't know why that is, but I loved them both growing up. They were great characters.
Power Gamer says, well, I have finally seen the long-awaited sequel to a decades-old movie that came out back in December and everyone was talking about it. I gotta say, it totally lived up to the hype. I'm, of course, talking about Puss in Boots 2.
It's funny, because when I reviewed that movie, for some reason, everybody was comparing Puss in Boots 2 to Velma, and I didn't understand that. One's a show, one's hand-drawn.
Yeah.
They came out different times. They're totally different plot. I didn't follow it. To me, I'm with you. I kind of thought the one to compare it to was Avatar 2, because they're both very CG animated. They're both about cats. They're both 10 years apart. They're both sequels that are 10 years apart, and one actually feels like they spent 10 years on it, and that's Puss in Boots 2.
Fearless Fighter, thank you for the 100 bits. Following the success of The Last of Us and the Sonic movies, what other game franchises do you think should get a movie or series?
Metroid is the big one for me. I know Zelda's like a popular one, and I'm sure they could do that and it'd be great and everything, but I don't know. Metroid, just all those cool, creepy worlds you could climb into and just having that fucking gun ready and all the cool things the suit can do and everything. I don't know. That's just more, that's more what I'd be excited to see.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on Airplane 2?
I liked it when I was a kid. It's not very good now. But the Shatner scenes are really fun. Like, he's great.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on History of the World Part 2?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting to see if it's worth it. Because I'll be honest, the commercials weren't making me laugh that hard. But I also wasn't a big fan of the first one. Honestly, that's another one. There's only a handful of funny scenes in that for me. So I'm going to wait and see what people say about it.
FBL, thank you for the 200 bits. Thoughts on the Haunted Mansion teaser?
They didn't give much. I do like that they're gonna try and make it scary. I think that's kind of cool. In kind of like the Bloomhouse way. So I'm down for that. But yeah, I didn't have a ton to react to. I mean, it already looks better than the other movie, but that's not saying a ton.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Can you name an example of a product placement that actually worked in a movie?
Uh, I mean, probably the most famous one's the Lego movie, honestly. I mean, that's the ultimate product placement, isn't it? And people were upset it wasn't nominated for like Best Picture and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think that's the ultimate one.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on Kevin Hart?
Oh, I like him. Even when he was in Nothing But Shit for a while, I'm like, this guy is funny though. Like the movies he's in aren't that great, but he's really bringing this to life, and he knows comedic timing. So I'm really glad that he's blown up more and more.
Caffeine Cat says, I've got an idea for a future theme month. Bond month. Each week, you do either the best/worst movie from each Bond incarnation, from Connery to Craig. Thought of this idea because my recently late father was a huge Bond fan. I know he'd get a kick out of that.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. But if you're looking for James Bond reviews, Brad Jones, the Cinema Snob, he's the one to go to because he is a diehard James Bond fan. He loves all the movies. He talks about him. I think he's going through them in order. I like James Bond. I don't love it. There are some movies I really legit love in there, but if I'm going to talk about, especially that many, I want to have like a real passion for it. I think diehard James Bond fans deserve someone who has a passion for it to talk about it. And yeah, Brad Jones, I think, really knows his stuff about that.
FBL, thank you for the 200 bits, and this is going to have to be our last one. Just want to pass along my congrats to Brad and Laura.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, good timing. You can pass it along by watching his James Bond reviews.
All right. Well, thank you everyone so much as usual, for joining us here today. We really appreciate it. We do have content here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. So come on back. Tamara will be live tomorrow. Doug will be back playing Arkham Asylum Friday night. Malcolm will be here on Friday afternoon. I'll be here on Monday evening, etc., etc., etc. So hopefully we will see you all soon. We're going to go over and raid Tamara. She's streaming right now. So let's go over, raid Tamara, say hello to her. And everyone have a wonderful evening. We'll see y'all later.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.